The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
The Cryptid Files is a weekly discussion and debate covering all things cryptid. Mysterious and terrifying creatures are our passion. Join us each week as we bring you groundbreaking interviews and accounts, info from research in the field, as well as data and experiences of our own. From the widely known cryptids to the most strange and obscure, we want to believe. Do you?
And welcome to the Cryptid Files.
Welcome, everybody.
I am John.
I'm Cindy, and we are your hosts for the show.
So what's going on with everybody's weekend? I hope everybody's having a good one. Good luck to Matt and Shay. They're out on an investigation again.
On what is tonight?
Saturday,
Yes,
I think.
what else is it? What is today?
I don't know.
Today is National Ghost Hunting Day.
Ew.
Yes.
Well, we're not going to be ghost hunting after the show. So.
Not tonight. We're actually taking this particular night off. Yeah. We have something else we're going to do. Yeah. But congratulations to anybody who has a investigation tonight, and good luck. And we hope all of you guys have a wonderful time and get great evidence.
Yep. Or data.
So happy
joy.
National Ghost Hunters Day.
Yep. So, tonight we're going to be talking about another mythological, if you will, made up, if you would like, internet legend.
Yes.
And that would be probably Slenderman's brother, the Rake.
Well, the Rake is not a very widely, I think, as far as I think younger generation probably knows more about the Rake than, us older folks. But me being the avid cryptid buff and researcher that I am, I do know about the Rake and have been knowing about it for several years. But the Rake is, in fact, another internet spawned cryptid, if you will. And there's not a whole lot known about it because it was just essentially, so it's sort of a Frankenstein internet cryptid because, again, it was one of those things where a group of guys got together and decided we're going to put together this frightening creature and see what we can do with it. And
what's up, Matt? I see you in now.
Hello, Matt. And so the Rake has gotten some notoriety, of course, but he is, in fact, just an internet myth. So we're going to talk about that and get into a little bit of this internet myth stuff, because of recent there are a lot of creatures who have been born via the World Wide Web.
Yeah, most of these non-fictional, non-fiction, right?
Yes.
No, I always get the two confused.
Well, they're fictional actually, because fiction is all right, so fictitious.
These fictional creatures that we speak of, example, Slenderman and the Rake, they were born on the internet as a creepypasta, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, actually, the Rake was a subreddit creature on I think it was subreddit B. Humanoid creature subreddit. So that's sort of where the Rake came about, but we'll read more in depth about that in just a moment. Right. I think first that I'm not sure if John has his wiki.
Not yet. I'm working on it.
Up, but he'll have that pulled up in a minute. If you want me to read this,
go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and do that? I'm getting a few things other.
Well, we're gonna give you a little 411 about the Rake and give you a description. So it says, the Rake began as a collaborative project online, as many creepypasta characters do. When one user posted on 4chan's B-board inviting others to contribute details for physical attributes and habits to help make a new monster. Photoshopped images of the Rake were created, and details of the monster's identity were tracked in this 2013 blog post. Here's what we've got so far. Humanoid, about 6 feet tall when standing, but usually crouches and walks on all fours. It has very pale skin. The face is blank, as in no nose, no mouth. However, it has three solid green eyes, one in the middle of its forehead, almost like a third eye, and the other two on either side of its head, towards the back. Usually seen in front yards in suburban areas, usually just watches the observer, but will stand up and attack if approached. When it attacks, a mouth opens up, as if a hinged skull that opens at the chin, not until it's attacked, reveals many tiny but dull teeth. The character's spindly limbs, low to the ground lurking, and many teeth help contribute to its name. In the fictitious origin story of the Rake, early sightings of the monster occurred as early as 2003, when reported encounters with the curious, frightening creature began cropping up in northeastern America before a media blackout on the subject apparently began. As a result, urban legend has it that there was little to no information known on the Rake until around 2006.
What's up, Judy? What's up, Fran?
When victims began collaborating to research the creature and discovered close to 24 documents with dates ranging across centuries, all describing similar encounters with the Rake. Some of the supposed artifacts included a suicide note from 1964, a journal entry translated from Spanish dated to 1880, and a mariner's log from 1691. The most famous story of the Rake involves a woman waking to find the monster sitting on the edge of her bed. The character is often said to creep into bedrooms, induce nightmares, and observe the dreamers for a time before killing them. Wow.
Very, very interesting.
Well, and I mean, it's pretty interesting, but it's, to me, it's so vague. And, you know, they created this creature, but they didn't really do, you know, I mean, they put a little bit of backstory to it, but it wasn't as in-depth as maybe like Slenderman is, which I think is really sort of common in these newer, you know, internet monsters, is there's not a really good, rich, you know, in-depth backstory to these things, because it's very vague. Like, where did it come from? If it were me, and if I were creating an internet, which that might be an interesting project. If I were to create a creepypasta sort of monster, or, you know, an internet creature, it would definitely be more imaginative than that. To me, that's sort of a shallow creature.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, there are different variations on, you know, it has morphed a little bit, and I think the newer generation of the Rake is a little bit different than the 2013 version. You don't often hear of or see the three eyes, and these are the original creators of the Rake, but these days there are not three green eyes. It's the pale thing with these glowing, big, huge, almost big, like perfectly circular round eyes. So, and also there are the pictures that I've seen have a mouth, and that it doesn't just open up, which that's not a very frightening creature.
No, not really. It only opens up when it gets attacked, so as long as you don't attack it, you're safe.
And it has very dull teeth, tiny little bitty dull small teeth. To me,
so I'm looking on monster.fandom.com on the Rake.
You've been thinking about Ricky.
Uncle poor Uncle Ricky.
We love our Ricky.
Yeah. So this guy I'll kind of just scan through it real quick because she already kind of gave you the gist of it. Is a creature believed to be humanoid in appearance with several references in folklore and horrific urban legends. Originally appearing on the internet on creepypasta, the creature reportedly attacked humans due to unknown reasons and often causes its victims great psychological trauma. Several theories as to the first development of the rake point towards the internet threads and online discussion. However, due to alcoholism, allusions to a creature known as the rake can be found well before these sources could have developed the idea. The rake has also been tied to alternate figures such as the Slender Man. I was only joking when I said that.
Yes, well.
An internet meme and a subject to several video games based on the ancient folklore, referencing an unnatural, tall, and skinny man mysteriously lurking in the woods. It's theorized that the rake could possibly be a proxy of Slenderman, subject to its own self-mutilation and psychological disorders. A YouTube channel showing images and footage captured of the rake was closed down, but if you search the rake caught on tape, you will find a half-an-hour video showing you these episodes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, again, the origins are very vague. The purpose, usually these monsters have a goal. There's a reason why they do what they do. And the rake just kind of is hanging out. He's kind of like Slender Man's like loafy, like,
I'll say Slenderman's bitch.
Well, I think it's like his loafy brother who has no purpose in life,
Oh, one of those. They just get out of prison.
Yeah, they live in the basement. Like seriously,
eat all the food.
They live in the sub basement.
The sub basement.
The sub basement. And
the basement before the basement.
Yeah, they do. It's just like, whatever. I don't really have time to stalk people, but if they come to attack me, I might show them my dull teeth. Like, what happened to his teeth?
So, there's actually an account here.
Now, here's the thing. There are accounts, but to me, these accounts, that go back, the creature that they talk about looks very much like some of the descriptions of a Wendigo. Not the Wendigo that we all think about these days with the horns and the whole... But it used to be the Wendigo was this pale, skinny, humanoid-looking
Let me read
thing.
some of these because some of them don't even describe it as a Wendigo. The first account of the rake's existence was in a mariner's. Oh my god, I just can't read tonight. Sorry, folks.
Well, some of this is written wrong.
When can I read? I know. When can I read? The first account of a rake's existence was a mariner's log written in 1691, identifying the rake by name. The next account was written in the 1800s, described the rake as having hollow black eyes and being terrifying in nature. In 1964, a suicide note was written in which the author claims to have committed suicide due to the repeated encounters with the rake.
Yes, but remember what I read a minute ago. That the people who created the rake fabricated those 3 stories in order to give it a little bit of a
Well, you didn't tell me that. So
well, that's what it said in the beginning.
Tool.
Well, no, it said that in the beginning. I think a lot of people... I mean, look, Wiki's got it posted on there. That it did say that they fabricated these stories. It was part of the story of the rake to bring some sort of credibility and...
Okay, so that's the end of the show, folks. Have a good night. No, I'm just kidding.
Credibility and realness to, something that they tried to create. I think they could have gone a little further, though. I think they really could have taken it and run with it, honestly.
Why is it called a rake? I don't know. Actually, there is a definition of a rake. A rake is like a more or less like a fool. Their greed and their help me out with some big words here so I can sound intelligent. It's their gluttony. They're
very They're very immoral.
Immoral, yeah. They have a lot of immorals and everything else, and that was a term that was used way back in the days. But I think that has nothing to do with it.
Actually,
I really think that's just the name they gave it.
Actually, the reason that is called a rake is because it references their long claw-like nails.
Yeah, Matt says nobody would take it seriously if it was called a hoe or a shovel.
Exactly. The spade.
Yeah.
No, they
what's up,
wouldn't.
Connie?
The trowel.
The trowel, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very scary.
I got a thing at work. I know it has a name, but I call it the log turner.
There you go, the log turner.
It's got a spike on one end and a hook on the other, and you throw the hook over the log, and it's like a big pry bar. You get it to roll over.
The log turner.
I have to get in my trough and roll the log over, but I have no idea what it's really called. I just call, where's the log turner? And they're like, what? What's a log turner?
Log turner? I don't know what that is. That's like
Ting.
that's
I
as
don't know what a log turner is.
The rake is about as intimidating as Laddie.
The torturer.
The torturer.
Yeah, I got some funny stories to tell you tonight,
that is just
and
the
some
funniest
adventures
thing.
that we had today.
Yeah. Wait, what? Yeah, today was interesting.
Yeah, Fran says, I read that after I spoke to you. I can't seem to get my head around this one. Yeah, it's just a made up. That's all it is.
This is like the value menu.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cryptid.
Yeah,
or like the Dollar Tree. Do y'all have Dollar Tree up north?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything a dollar store.
No.
Oh, it's like going
There's
in.
Dollar Store and Dollar General.
No, it's like it's the dollar store.
No,
Cryptid.
no.
It's great value cryptid. Because it's not.
It might be Building 19 cryptid. You guys probably never had a Building 19.
No.
But the people up north know what I'm talking about.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Especially where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the cardboard cryptid. We'll call it
So
that.
we have up north, we have the Dollar Tree, Dollar General. We have the Dollar Store. All right. Now up down here, it's the Dollar General is the Dollar Store.
But everything's a dollar store.
Yes, there is one on Route 44 in Rake.
We have Family Dollar. We've got Fred's. We got Dollar General. We got Dollar Tree. We got the Dollar Store. But they're all called the Dollar Store. We call them all the Dollar Store. That's just what they are.
Yeah.
So this is a dollar store cryptid. So,
I mean, there are a lot of stories on the Rake on YouTube. You can look them up for days.
but they're fictitious.
Yeah,
They're
very
there's not a lot.
fictitious.
Now here's a very interesting thing. Okay, now there's an area that we went to this past week because, I think we might have spoken a little bit about because we went on Sunday, didn't we? And we rode all through the woods for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we were way out in the
And I
woods,
hated
and there's an
every minute
area
of it.
called Jack's Creek Falls.
Jack's River.
Jack's River Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack's River. So there is an account of something rake-like in that area.
Or a Wendigo-like.
Georgia
something to that
Wendigo
effect.
is what they call it. But this thing looks like what the description of a rake was. And there were two young gentlemen who were camping. And this thing was hanging off a tree.
$1.
So,
Yeah.
it looked very much very, very gray, white, pale skin and
Probably
glowing
a hairless
eyes.
cougar.
And long arms and legs.
I guess when the hair falls off, the arms look long.
Cougars don't have arms.
Well, whatever. Legs, arms. What's the difference?
No, well, anyway, this thing, it jumped off into the, dark past the flashlight beam. So, really creepy. And it whistled. It was whistling. So, that's pretty creepy. To me, that's sort of a Native American connection, maybe. Because what else would it be?
Probably
But, yeah.
whistling Dixie on the way
So,
out.
I mean, kudos to these guys for trying to make a monster. I think we should do that experiment and try to make our own. Okay, guys.
That was the dog. That was not me. So don't even look at me.
Okay, so everybody in chat. Hello, Connie. Hello, Judy and Fran and Matt. Okay, guys in chat. Okay, let's do a little experiment. Okay, so we are going to create our own internet monster.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I need you guys
Jesus.
to throw in some attributes,
My name is
some
Jesus.
physical-
I'm from Ireland.
some physical.
That's Spanish Irish.
We need attributes. We need a physical description, and we need a purpose for our monster, and some history. We need a backstory. So let's do this in chat, you guys. Let's do this. And if you're listening to it later, throw some freaking ideas up on the page. I want to do this. I want to create
I know,
a
right?
monster.
Connie says this didn't work out so well for the Slenderman victims.
Yeah. You bring up a valid point, Connie.
Yeah.
It did not.
Yeah.
But we did discuss that in depth a few weeks ago.
Oh, heck, she says.
Oh, heck.
We're going to get Uncle Ricky.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we do. No. This can be like anything you want it to be. Like, we're going to do this. We're going to put this together. And we're going to see if we can come up with a better creature than the Rake. We need a name. We need the whole 9 yards. So let's do this.
And we can't use the hodag.
No. We tried to look up the hodag this week.
The hodag.
But come on. What? I mean, it's in Wisconsin.
It's a thing.
It's not a thing. It's a thing, but it's not a thing.
No, it's a thing. It's a made-up thing.
It's a hodag. This thing's called a hodag, and they're so bored in Wisconsin, they made it the mascot of their school.
And no joke, it's on their police cars. It's on everything.
It's on the police cars.
Yeah, the hodag.
I know some hodags.
On next week's show,
Stop
hodag.
it. Stop it.
I keep hitting my
Okay,
microphone.
let's go back to chat. Oh, well,
You want to go back to chat?
no, wait. Play that again.
Play what? I haven't played anything yet.
Did you not?
I did not. What do you think, Uncle Ricky?
I'll put.
Oh, foot.
If you know Ricky at all, he says that quite a bit. We're just excited. We
Oh,
got it on.
heck, and oh, foot.
Oh, foot. Okay, what have we got? What have we got? What have we got? What have we got?
Okay, so hold on.
I'm excited. He took us out of chat.
I went the wrong way.
He did go the wrong way.
I went the wrong way.
Selfish. Okay. Now, is that one? No.
How about a witch that's reported to live in the Blair Woods?
Oh, no. That's original, Connie. That is who played. Oh, I like this. Wait.
Who played Starbass in The Mad Black Cat That Eats Your Soul
While you sleep. Yes. I like this. And everything is so enormously big.
Harder to see and hear. What she said.
Oh, this is great. I love this.
Why can't... well, everything
Harder
is
to see
so
and hear.
enormously big. Why can't ours
It'd
be small?
It could be small.
Yeah,
well,
what-
you know the P word.
Puck wedgies.
Yeah. That's what she said. That's right. That's right. Okay, so it's going to be a small creature. You know what small creatures can be? Look, gremlins, piranhas. They're all creepy. Okay, so ours is going to be small. I like that. I like that idea, friend. Okay, so that's a start. We have a start. A witch, a tiny witch.
Why don't we have just like a tiny Godzilla?
Yeah, a tiny witch. A tiny Godzilla.
And the moths that fly around are like humongous.
Eats your soul while you sleep. Okay, so it's going to be a black humanoid witchy looking small creature, and it's a soul eater. Okay, so we got those. We got that.
But when it unhinges, thank you, his jaw, it can swallow an elephant whole.
Ooh. Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
We don't
I mean,
have...
it can open up that big.
Okay, because we don't have elephants in North America.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right, it can take on a Mack truck in one gulp.
Okay, all right.
All food.
That way you can eat big souls and little souls.
You can eat a whole bunch at once.
So it's almost like a demonic looking little thing.
No, it's got to have a smile.
It's got hair.
Yeah, it's got to look, pretty cool and chill and.
It has to go after children because all the creepy things go after
why does
children.
it always have? Why can't it go after adults for once?
Because
It only can eat adults. It's allergic to adrenochrome.
no, it has to eat souls of children.
Adults have souls.
Okay, so it can go after adults and
No, just adults.
It uses children to just attract the adults.
It has children built into its mouth. So when he opens his mouth in a dark area, the little children like puppets dance around. Come follow me down here in this cave. And then the adult walks in and they go, hum, nom, 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 nom.
No kids this time, Francis. I like this. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay. So Connie and Fran have contributed some good ideas. Matt, what say you?
What say you, Matt? Mm-hmm. What do you say, Matt? That's what we say. It says it. We say it right, though.
No, if it eats kids, it dies. Okay.
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 So if a kid trips, falls, lands in its mouth, it dies. But what happens to the kid?
But it can use kids to attract adults. You're right. It's got the illusion.
Right. So black-eyed mice that steal your breath while you sleep. They can crawl into your mouth while you sleep and breed spiders to eat your brain. The spiders fragment your soul so it's easier to digest. Alrighty, somebody's got too much time on their hands.
You know what? I am impressed. I'm impressed.
Connie's good for that kind of stuff.
I know. This is great and intense. I like that. So yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have to write all these down.
Yes.
And we are gonna keep throwing the ideas because we're gonna write all these down. We're gonna come up with something. We will present it to you.
Definitely.
And then we're gonna stick it on some 4chan group, or I don't know, some kind of group. Maybe Wiki Cryptid group or something.
Maybe a Wiki Cryptid.
Yeah, we're gonna stick it on some stuff, and we're gonna see what we get. We can do it on Reddit as well.
Yes, we can.
So, yeah, just keep throwing those ideas at us because this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be interesting.
Yes, it will be.
So, I think that the Rake is. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, yeah. For the most
vagueness is just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
so, I mean, if you want to, we can take a break, come back, and then share some of our other experiences that we've had today, yesterday, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, because we want to talk about what we're doing later.
Look, people, the Rake is real short. No joke.
Well, see, the reason we do these kind of cryptids is because we want to show you that it's not all, oh my gosh, we believe, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we have to debunk what needs to be debunked.
Right.
So, I mean, we need to bring all of it to you guys, not just, the typicals. But what we are going to revisit soon, and I think that it was a big one, and I think that there's so much more we need to speak about this creature, is Dogman.
Yeah, we should revisit the old Booch.
It really, I feel like it really needs to be spoken about more because there's something going on.
Right.
And it's terrifying, honestly. To me, it's absolutely terrifying. Having said that, we're going to be out in the woods here in a few hours in the middle of the national forest, as far in as we can possibly get tonight.
Right. All right. So we're going to take a little break, and I got some music queued up and ready to go for you guys.
And we have some evidence that we're going to go back over from last week.
All right. We'll catch you in a minute. In a minute. Oh, my God. What is wrong? And welcome back to the Cryptid Files.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you stuck with us through that nice little break.
So my mother made a pie. I'm reading in chat.
Oh, you know that had to be good. So good. Well, I'm liking all this. I'm liking these little things. Nighttime in the woods. I'm excited.
My mother doesn't like nighttime in the woods when I go. Don't worry, we will be accompanied by old Bessie and probably a good 8 of her friends.
Yes.
So.
Bobcats and mountain lions, they're generally not going to be around too much because there are more than one person, and we're staying close to the car tonight. We're not venturing out on any trails. We're going to be pretty high up in elevation.
Yeah. So, Connie, that music was just picked on a whim because I forgot to pick my halftime music. Normally it's something a lot better than that.
Old music.
It did sound like old porno music. Not that I know what that is. No, I don't know what porno is. I'm just saying. I don't.
You just heard through the grapevine.
Yes.
Okay.
You told me.
Oh. He always.
I'm more concerned about bobcats. And bobcats I wouldn't worry about. I would worry about mountain lions.
Yeah, but I think we're okay. We're good.
Yeah, so the pie, did John love it? No, I absolutely hated it.
You're so mean.
Yeah, just talking about food.
I bet you do, Connie. I do too.
Some what?
Wait, what? No. Anyway, so.
What is he saying? Anyways, let's move on.
So, okay, first, before we get into what we're going to do tonight, because we haven't done it in a few minutes. It's been a little bit since we've been out in the woods. We've been really focused on the Chastain house, which I adore. And I'm telling you, the last time we were there, I almost fell asleep on the floor.
Yeah.
And it's not because I was bored. It's because I'm telling you, I am so comfortable and at peace in that house. And it's just so funny that some people come in there, and we're not going to say any names or anything, but some of the people that come in there are just completely, they have lost their freaking minds.
Yeah, they have.
They are so scared and so, just shaken and hearing things and seeing things. But when I go in there, I know if I'm hearing things, and I know if I see something. And I get footsteps. I'm in there, sometimes by myself, and I hear footsteps and I hear knocks and, different things and see shadows and get stuff on the flashlight and all that. But it's just, I don't know. I can't be, it's not scary to me.
Yeah.
And we've had in-depth conversations about it. I know this is switching gears, but I love it. I love that place. I'm comfortable. I'm calm there. I'm at peace with whatever and whoever are there. And I think I've got a good rapport with them. I don't know. It's just a good place to me. Do you believe this?
So, for those that didn't hear them.
And you guys weren't here last week.
You guys weren't here last week.
We are going to play a few EVPs, and some of them, a couple of them to me, make me pretty sad, but I think they're wonderful.
So the first one I'm going to play, it's Lily in the house by herself. I'm going to play it, see if you can catch it, and I'll play it a couple times. I'll mute my mic so that way you can't hear any extra noise. I'll play it 3 times, and then we'll go over it. All right, so here we go.
Evidently, she had to potty. Y'all got her a little wound up when we were upstairs. At least I think that was y'all. Evidently, she had to potty. Y'all got her a little wound up when we were upstairs. At least I think that was y'all. Evidently, she had to potty. y'all got her a little wound up when we were upstairs. At least I think that was y'all.
All right.
Okay.
So what do we think? What do people hear? I'm waiting for comments and chat before
we do. We're going to take each one, and we're going to let you guys see if you can.
You're about
pick
15 seconds ish behind us.
Okay, Matt says a whistle.
Yep.
Oh, we actually do.
Yeah,
Connie.
we actually do, Connie. Believe it or not,
and we do get EVPs.
Yeah. Fran is pointing it out. Yep. So it's after the word potty.
Yes, it is.
And
You're right.
She says, well, evidently she had to potty, and then it's after that.
Yes, you're right.
And
you're
then
right,
before
Fran.
she says y'all, so it's right in between that.
And we don't know how it comes across as far as the sound to you guys. It may sound a little bit different. Okay.
So just make sure that my volume is all the way up on the effects, because that's where I got it.
Okay. The Revenant. Yeah. That's a good movie, man. Okay, so what we hear is a cough.
Yeah, I'll play it again, and I'll point it out. Right before it happens, I'll point it out.
And then we'll tell you kind of what we were thinking on this.
Evidently she had to potty.
Right there.
Y'all got her a little wound up.
So, some of the interesting things that we've gotten, because we've gotten an opportunity to go here many times now to investigate. We've gotten things like drown and tuberculosis. And I'm thinking that there's a possibility that someone who lived there or someone who stayed there maybe in the area, may have died from tuberculosis.
Somebody
Their lungs filled with fluid and they died. As far as heavy breath, like a labored breath and a cough, that's not the first one. So I don't know. That's kind of where we could go in that direction with that EVP. So
here is another one. Now, if I'm not mistaken, nobody was in the house. This is the same night. I believe it was me and Lily returning into the house because Ricky, the caretaker, decided he was going to stay out this night. So you're going to listen. There's nothing being said. This is just a static recorder. And all of a sudden you're going to hear the door open, which is me. It's right before the door opens. That's all I can give you. So let's check it out and see, and let me know in chat what you think. All right. And I'm going to mute myself. All right. Any takers? What do you hear? There you go. One comment. What do we got?
I found a gun growing out of a tree. Oh, the good old days.
Fran might have it.
Yeah, Fran.
Now, as far as the footsteps, I really didn't analyze it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think those are your footsteps, though.
They probably
because
are.
he was coming.
I was coming
from
up the porch,
up the porch and into the front door, and Lily was already inside.
Good ears, though.
Very good.
Anybody else? Connie, what are your thoughts?
Connie, you found a gun growing out of a tree.
Oh yes, Connie, I do remember. It was part of an AR-15.
Wow.
Yeah, it still had the numbers on it and everything.
That is insane.
Yeah, that was in the Hockomock, I
the
believe.
good old days.
Yeah. All right, so
we need to have some more good old days, guys. We all got it. We need to get
all
together.
right, I'm going to play it one more time. Just one more time so we can refresh our ears. Go ahead, you can listen to it. So, what do you hear?
And these are not our best ones either. These are not our best ones.
Yeah, these are not our best ones. All right, so before the door creaks open, you possibly do hear my footsteps coming up the porch to the door.
Like that.
Like that.
Creepy.
And just before the door opens, you hear...
Yeah, it's like a woman's sigh. So, yes,
I'll play it one more time.
Awesome. So that's another.
That's one of them.
And some of them we got, but we put these particular ones up and not the other ones because with the other ones where you couldn't quite figure out what was being said. So, you know.
Good old Ricky. So this one is also a very, very slight one. If you would like, I will wait until you get headphones. Or you can go back later on and listen to this one.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is very slight. This is not the first time we've had them ask us this question. This question has come to us at least 3 times. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to cut my mic totally off. That way you can hear it. It's very, very, very
And this is
breathy.
the one. This is one of the ones that just really makes me sad. Like when I hear this one, I don't know.
Yeah,
it just makes me sad.
You're going to have to really strain your ears for this one if you're not using headphones. So if you want, I will wait. If you need me to wait, just yell before I do it.
See, to me, this one's one of our clearest ones. To me.
I don't know. The next 2 that I play are definitely very clear. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'll play it a few times. I'm going to cut my mic.
All right, guys, listen really close.
You
This is a good
listen
one
real
for
close.
me.
What do you think?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's really, really slight.
And it's...
Hey,
Yes.
Matt.
Yes,
ding,
Matt.
ding, ding. Winner.
Was it pretty clear to you, Matt? Could you hear it really well? Because to me, I can hear it loud and clear. And
It
absolutely.
could be a man's voice,
Yes.
Oh,
It is man's
I didn't
voice.
Get Mr. Chastain in there.
And
Let me add him in there real
this
quick.
one breaks my heart because I've gotten so kind of attached, I guess, to the place and to, the people that still reside there. And so just the idea that they need help to me, I don't know. It just really, every time I hear it, it's hard not to get choked up. So
Okay.
can we do it one more time?
Yes, we can. I'll cut my mic so everybody can hear it. Hold on. All right.
Okay. I hope you guys could hear it.
You know what, Matt? This is strange because my computer decided to wipe my first thumb drive. I had the original audio on, so I took the audio that was from Spreaker, downloaded it, and cut my EVPs back out because I have to show the owner this. So I lost a couple of the help me's. They asked us at least three more times, help me. help me.
Yeah.
Two lady voices and one male voice.
And see, Fran John said he hears help, but not the me. But I hear the me loud and clear.
I hear the help. I'm with Fran.
Me. Like, yeah, play it one more time.
All right, here we go.
We're gonna play it a couple more times.
All right, I'll play it 3 more times. I'll cut my mic. All right.
Okay. I hope you guys could hear that pretty well.
Yeah,
the me is drawn out.
Well,
it is.
Now that after I listen to it a million times, because sometimes in order for me to hear things, I don't know what's up with my ears, but I have to turn the volume up when I put it through Audacity. So I turn the volume up and I'll slow it down just so I can hear it better.
Yeah.
And
the me is drawn out isn't me.
But when you do that, it changes the way things are said.
Yeah.
So sometimes it helps you, sometimes it doesn't. But, yeah. So when I heard it and she said it, she's no. And then we grabbed the stepdaughter and didn't tell her anything. And she heard help me too. I was like, well, I'll go back and listen to it. So boom, I hear help me now. It's very long and drawn out.
Yeah.
Now, I got one more faint one. We believe, in our opinion, ours only, that this is the man of the house, that the next one I'm about to show you. Now, it's kind of still up for debate as far as what he's saying, but I do have my opinion, and I will play it. I'll play it 3 times. We'll come back, see what you guys think, and then we'll analyze it some more. I'm going to cut my mic.
Hello, sir. Mr. Chastain, is that you? Hello, sir. Mr. Chastain, is that you? Hello, sir. Mr. Chastain, is that you? Hello, sir. Mr. Chastain, is that you?
All right.
Okay, guys.
All right.
So, don't know if you could hear it. Whenever I go into the house, I'm always very...
What do you think?
Open, and I always, say hello. And
Damn.
yes, you got it, Fran.
Nice.
Yes, guys. I'm so glad you heard it. I always talk to them when I come
tell me
in
what you think, bro.
and say hello. I'm here to see you again, and just sit and talk. And I really feel like when I first come in, they're so receptive to me because I just walk in like I'm coming to visit my friends, and not spirits come forward or is there anyone here? I say, Mr. Chastain, are you here?
Yeah,
Mrs. Chastain, Alice. I'll talk to them, and it's pretty effective. So I'm glad you guys could hear it, but we do feel like that was Mr. Chastain saying hello when I came in.
Hello. It's kind of what it sounds like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
All right. So now we're up for the good ones.
Yes.
These are 5 syllables long. 4 to 5 syllables long. I had to sit here and count the syllables, but one of them is 5, the other one is 4. So these are pretty long. We got 2 more. These are pretty long EVPs as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to do the same thing. Now, these EVPs, listen to when people are talking. Both of these EVPs are on top of real people talking.
I think that they like when we're just carrying on conversation. They feel like they want to be a part of it when it's certain people in there. Now, certain people aren't going to get anything because
they're idiots.
But, they always, they do like for us to come in.
Yeah, and when we do go in there, we're always very respectful. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, we're very sweet.
We're here to talk. We're very. This is kind of different than what I'm used to when we go in this place, but it works.
It does.
So, all right, which one do you want to do? The long one or the shorter one?
Let's do the shorter one first.
All right, let's do the shorter one first. All right, I'm going to cut my mic. Same thing as before. All right, hold on. I'm trying to count on my...
And I heard you say some different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
good
did.
job.
I sure did.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And if you can talk to me again, I will take it home and I'll be able to hear you again. And I heard you say some different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
good
did.
job.
I sure did.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And if you can talk to me again, I will take it home and I'll be able to hear you again. And I heard you say some different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
good
did.
job.
I sure did.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And if you can talk to me again, I will take it home and I'll be able to hear you again.
All right.
Okay. Now, it was myself, John, and Ricky, the caretaker, in the room. And you can very clearly hear all of our voices speaking.
Yep.
We were doing a flashlight session at that time. And certain people in this house love this flashlight. And
Yeah, I had the same problem too, Matt, but we figured it out.
Yeah, because we were able to enhance and stuff. But I always get really good results with flashlight. And so I was in there playing with some of them. And what we hear is...
We like to play.
Yes, it's a whisper. And we're going to play it again.
Yep.
Because we were playing with a flashlight. It's right after I say, yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
And it's almost like you hear a breath, and then we like to play.
Now,
see if you can...
we did just put the power of suggestion in your head. If
Of
you
course.
still don't hear it, it's okay. You can say it.
Because this is what we hear. But like I said, we were able to enhance it and listen. And this is what we hear, which makes sense with what we're doing. But listen to it again and see what you guys think.
All right, I'm going to cut it. Hold on.
And I heard you say some different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
good
did.
job.
I sure did.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And if you can talk to me again, I will take it home and I'll be able to hear you again.
All right.
Okay, what do you guys think? Yeah, that was me that said good job. I was really excited. I get so excited when they do this. It's always on cue, and they're just super receptive. Now, Fran says she can't hear it,
And that's fine.
and that's okay.
That's totally okay.
It's a hard one to hear, and it's
It
a whisper.
really is.
Like to play. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
The next one we're going to show you,
Yep.
it's kind of the same way.
It's a whisper. Some of these are whispers. That one's definitely a whisper, but it's we like to play.
Yeah. I mean, and
Nothing
trust
for
me,
her.
I am not going to be offended.
No, if you don't hear it, then that's okay.
But I am kind of curious as to what you do hear.
Yeah. Should we play that one more time?
Sorry, I'm just knocking shit everywhere. Yeah, Matt says he can hear the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. All right. Oh, yeah, I'll play it one more time.
Let's do it a couple more times.
All right.
And I heard you say some different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
good
did.
job.
I sure did.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And if you can talk to me again, I will take it home and I'll be able to hear you again. And I heard you say some different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
good
did.
job.
I sure did.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And if you can talk to me again, I will take it home and I'll be able to hear you again.
Okay. Now, the other thing that we forgot to tell you was when this happened, we were doing, we're trying to communicate via flashlight, which I absolutely hate it, but it works there. The flashlight had come on the same time they said we like to play or like to play.
Yeah, and I wanted to show...
It's okay, Fran. Not everybody's
that's
going to
fine,
hear
Fran.
it. Not everybody's
I
going to
wanted
hear
to
it. It's
show
okay.
that Ricky how excited they get. Now, there's certain things that they do not like. They are not big on lights of any kind.
Big lights.
And they don't. They like to have something that they can control, and they don't like the spirit box, which is why we have to use the Estes method when we use it.
They don't like motion sensor lights.
Nope.
They don't like my infrared light.
No, they don't. And they don't like the cameras.
They don't like cameras.
They'll tell us to turn things off.
Yeah, they'll tell us to stop recording on video cameras. And
sometimes on audio, they say stop recording.
They did do it once.
So, I mean, they're kind of picky, which is fine, but they love the flashlight.
Yeah.
So we use that. I guess it's unobtrusive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, okay, we have one more we're going to go over.
Again, I'm talking. You're going to hear a female voice in with mine. It is not Cindy's voice.
No.
Because I'm actually in the same room as Cindy, and the recorder is right there. So you're going to be able to tell if it was her. Because you'll be able to tell. Because you'll hear my voice, and then you'll hear another voice in with mine.
And this is a whisper again. So if you guys have headphones or anything, turn it up and stick them on.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. This one may be a little bit more tougher than the last one, but some people may be able to hear it. It's kind of weird to say it like that, but just check it out. All right. What did you pick out of that one?
And if you hear anything at all, if you could hear something. Yeah, you heard that one, didn't you, Fran?
And Fran, I think this is the tougher one to hear, believe it or not.
Well, I think it's the tougher one to make out what it's saying, but I think, yes, it is a female.
Yep, female. You got that right.
I think it's a little girl. Yeah, exactly.
What did you pick out of there? What did you pick out for words? It could be one. It could be the whole sentence.
It's tougher to hear this one as far as what it's saying.
This one, I had to slow down
to pick out what it's saying.
To pick out what it was saying.
Yeah, we couldn't, you know what, when it was going like this, we couldn't tell either Matt what it was saying. We had to really kind of...
I had to slow it down.
Enhance it, slow it down.
Turn the volume up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then slowed it down, which I never mess with audio. I always, what you guys hear is how I have it.
Yeah.
You know, I always leave it original.
You guys are awesome.
So
I love all these. I love all these guesses.
Let's play it 3 more times. All right.
Now, see, this little lady actually has a Southern accent. So, what we have gotten from it is, do you know who I am?
No. Do you know my name?
Yeah, do you know my name? That's what it is.
So I can see why Matt would think it says dining room.
Do you know my name?
Yeah,
that's
what it is. Do you know
my
name?
Yeah, you hear it, but
not the words. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's listen again. Do you know my name?
What just happened? It's definitely not a class A.
No.
It's B, low B, high C.
Yes, Fran. Yeah,
these are pretty intelligent. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, like I said, we've analyzed it and picked it apart. So
yeah, and it's just not something that just because John said it.
And
I run it through myself, Cindy, and literally all listen to it, and we compile what they think.
We do. And John's the one that got this one. Like,
trust me,
see it.
There's some arguing going on with these EVPs. Not gonna lie.
Definitely. Yeah. But, let's listen to it. Some more.
I'll play it a couple more times. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, see, Fran, just to give you an example about the last one, how Matt hears something else than what we do. So everybody's going to hear it different. What is
Yes.
that? What's
Do you
that?
know my name?
What's that thing that Laurel and something when you'd say one word?
Yanny.
Yeah.
Yanny and Laurel.
Yeah.
But I think in this case, it's because, they can't hear the original, and we don't know how much you can hear,
Right.
through
Now,
this.
the only reason here's a good example of power of suggestion. Just
It
because
isn't.
I told you what it says, it puts it in your mind, and then you hear it that way. So, when somebody tells me what an EVP says, I try to take that, throw it in the garbage, and I'll make my own decision.
Yeah, but having said that, if you're standing further away from somebody and they say something and you can't hear them, and you turn to the person that's closer and say, "What did they say?" And then they tell you, "Oh, they said, I'm going to the store." And you hear,
Your mom's a whore.
No, you hear, and and then someone tells you, "I'm going to the store," because they can hear it better. That doesn't mean that's not what they said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't want it to be like, okay, it's a power of suggestion, and we're just
Francis,
putting
I heard
stuff in.
oil change.
No, Connie said that. I heard oil change.
Yeah, she is. So, just to give you an idea of these beings that are there, once human beings, they're pretty intelligent. They're very picky about the people. They're very picky about what's being used in the house. They will tell you what they like and don't like, and if you use certain things, they won't bother coming out.
It's if you could hear it, when we enhance it, Connie, and when we slow it down and we really pick it out and zero in on it, we really work on these to get, because we don't want to put out something that we think, okay, that might be it, which is why we withheld several of them, because we can't definitively say this is really what we feel this is. So whatever we put out, we're not trying to put something out and say we're going to use the power of suggestion. We're really trying to give you exactly what we feel like we've gotten, and what is as clear as we can make it. So it's I don't know, the going as much as we do and doing what we do, it's really helpful.
Actually, they're union sympathizers.
They are union sympathizers, but back then we don't know what that meant, because back then the North was Republican and the South was Democrat. So we don't know. They're unaffiliated. How about that? But it is their house, and I wish more people would go in with that sort of with that sort of intent.
So, just to give you an idea how we approach this house, when we get there, usually Cindy and I, when we go, Cindy goes in first by herself, and I'll give her about a half hour or so to, just to see what happens. And normally when she calls me on the radio, she'll be like, "You got to get in here," because that usually means the flashlight's going crazy. And at that particular time, that's a pretty good indication that Alice, our little friend, who died at the age of, I think, 10 or something like that.
She was 10. It does matter. It does go a long way.
Usually is attracted to Cindy as soon as she goes into the house. And so I get in there, and if I am not careful, I can push this ghost away, and it's not like I use the Force Luke. It's just my approach has just always been too abrasive.
She's a little bit timid.
Yeah, so
she's a little timid, and when a bunch of people get in there, she gets a little shy.
Yeah. So if you go in there and you talk to her like a normal human being, you talk to her like a child, you sit on the floor, you play with a ball, and she'll pretty much hang around. She will. I'm a little bit. I'm a little sensitive. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, but whatever that is. But so when I go in, I can't explain any of this, but I'm really tried to be in tune with them. And this little girl is the sweetest thing
she just... Thank you, Connie. She's the sweetest thing. She's adorable. She died young, and we just... My heart, I'm a maternal person anyway, and my heart just melts. And she will come in there when she knows it's me. I'll go in and sit in her room and bring the flashlight, and she gets so excited at first
my God.
that she'll just make that thing start to flicker, and I have to calm her down a little bit. And it's so cute because I'll say, tap it again. And I'll show her how to tap. I'll say, tap it like this. And tell her tap it a couple of times, and that thing will just click and click, and she just thinks it's so funny.
Yeah,
it's so cute.
Judy, I mean, to be honest with you, I can get her to play, but it takes me longer than it does Cindy to get her to go.
She just loves it. I go in there, and Mr. Chastain, I always feel like he's greeting me at the door, and I'll go in by myself. The house has no power or anything.
Them I can talk to.
Yeah, the house doesn't have power.
No power, no Wi-Fi,
So I'll walk in
nothing.
the dark, and I know, silly me, but I don't even turn on my flashlight when I walk in there. I go in, and I open the door and say hello, just like I did. You heard me, and close the door, and I'll go and sit on the couch for a minute and just say hello to everybody in the front room, and tell them I came back to talk to them, and then I'll make my way up, and I'll sit down at the top and put my flashlight down. I've got a routine, so they know what I'm going to do when I come in. And I think they know to expect it. They know I come in calm. I don't even like the light on, honestly. And even John, sometimes I'll tell him turn the light off when he's in there. Not because I'm like, turn the light off. But I'm like, let's just turn it off and just sit. All I want to do is just sit in here.
Get your buttocks down here, Yankee woman.
Y'all all get down here. We'll take all of you. And for some reason, when the ladies are in there, because Ricky and John will be outside, and I know when they're about to come in, I can feel it. And they can feel it too. And I'll be like, they're coming in. I'm like, it's all right. They're coming in, and I'll settle everybody and let them know they're coming up. It's okay.
Yeah. Usually, I don't mean to cut you off. Usually, the recorder, if it's not going already, it's going shortly after we enter.
You know what, Fran? When I first went in and you heard me say, hello, Mr. Chastain.
That's right when she went in.
And he says, hello.
After she closed the door.
Yeah, that was me coming in, which I think is wonderful, because I do feel like every time I come in that Mr. Chastain's there to greet me at the door. So that sort of validates it for me.
Yeah.
I'm just real gentle. Like, I'm really so different from anything you see on TV.
Yeah, so Mr. Chastain and Mrs. Chastain, you can usually get in with them pretty good, sir, ma'am, they're the people of the house, be respectful to them. And I can usually talk to them. Alice is kind of like really just she kind of hangs away from me, so.
Oh, and are there pictures? There are. We're going to have to find some pictures, because the judge has pictures, doesn't he?
What kind of pictures are you looking for?
Of the Chastains. And I think we can find
some
online.
We can find them online.
I would love to get a picture of Alice, and that would break my heart and make me happy all at the same time. Because I'm like...
Well, I'd like to do my little theory thing.
Yeah, I think you should too. And it would be wonderful. But they're just, I go in with absolute love. And people go in there. I'm telling you, we've met so many people. There's evil in that house. There are demons in that house.
I'm going to clear something up right now.
Bad things in that house. There are okay. Yeah, let's clear that up, and then we'll go further.
The Chastain house was never a battlefield hospital because there were no battles fought in Fanning County.
No.
That's number one. Number two, there is no record that I can find. Doesn't mean it is or it isn't there, but there is no record that I can find that it was in an insane asylum.
Nope.
Number three, there is also no record that it was a boys' orphanage.
No, and Mr. Chastain was not a doctor.
Number four, the Chastains built that house in 1841.
Yes.
And
they raised their family there.
Died after the turn of the century.
Yeah, they died in their 80s, both of them. Actually, Fran, we went this week. I do go during the day and visit and say hello.
Yeah, we can go anytime we want.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I
could leave here at 4 o'clock in the morning, go show up, and I could walk right in the house, and there's no question.
There's not a time I go by without stopping and saying hello. I go in and say hello all the time, because I don't know. They're just wonderful. To me, they're wonderful. And the only time that anything is going on, and this is my belief, is that whether it be, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but sometimes something comes in and clears everybody out. Just runs them off.
Yeah, there are times that when we go on there, it's just dead, no pun intended.
But it's not even that. There's some kind of something else going on.
Yeah.
It just feels really weird. The atmosphere gets strange. It doesn't happen often, but everything just stops.
Well, we're not the only paranormal group that is allowed in there. There's one out of Helen. There's one out of Nebraska. And then there's us.
Yeah. And
I think there's like 3 main paranormal teams that are allowed that have permission to be in there at any time.
Judy, it was a residence. So it's been a residence. And we do know of another woman named Helen who did die a few decades ago at the home. Mm-hmm. So she lived there too. So it's been a residence. But yeah, we're not the only people that do get to come in. And people come in with the wrong intentions and with the wrong things and do the wrong things. And no, they don't. Actually, Fran, they do not. They do not get the responses we get. No. We know this from the caretaker.
Yeah, the caretaker always says, he goes, when Ewans come in here, Ewans stir it up, but in a good way. He goes, they like you.
They do.
And he always says that I've never seen the responses that you guys get when other people come in here.
Fran, we'll actually find a video on YouTube and post it. There are videos on YouTube, but nothing big, and it's never been on TV. So, no, Judy, it has not been on TV.
Zach's crew, Zach Faggins, was in there for 5 days with him and his girlfriends, and they never aired it for some ungodly reason.
No, they didn't. So, because you know what, they couldn't make something out of what's in there, and. I can tell you now that the people who are in there do not appreciate that. And they're not going to like something like that. They don't like it.
Right.
So, I just think to me, when a lot of people go into a place and doing things wrong, that you can screw the energy up.
Yeah, you can.
And that's why I'm not a fan of that. It's Chastain. It's Chastain, and the man's name was...
I think it was either Jason or John.
It was Jason.
Are you sure it was Jason? I thought Jason was the grandfather. His grandfather. Well, no. His father.
Was his father's name's Jason. He is John Coward.
John Coward Chastain.
But it is the Chastain house in Blue Ridge, Georgia.
On Old Dial Road.
Yeah, and it's on Old Dial Road. It's... Oh, goodness, y'all. It's just the most... I just love it.
Again, I'm just going to say this. If you are looking to go there, do not. Because there is only certain people that are allowed to go there.
They do not like the hype, Matt. They really don't.
No, they don't. The judge likes the hype that the house is getting. All right, a Superior Court judge owns the house. Now, again, if you do not have permission to go there, Ricky will not let you in the house.
No.
Because he knows who is supposed to be there and who's not.
And we've run people off.
Yeah, we have.
And we've scared people off.
Oh, my. I wish I put that on here.
I wish you had too.
I'll have to save it. I'll save it for next week.
We've got the audio of no phony baloney. We've got the audio of these kids going by, and John scared the mess out of them with the light.
I didn't do anything. I just walked past the motion sensor light. My shadow hit the window, and all of a sudden you hear, oh, fuck.
You hear it real loud, and they just took off, scared the mess out of them.
And when they said that, you ever see that little girl that snaps the rubber band from her foot into her crotch? Yeah. That's what it sounded like.
It is. They were so scared.
Yeah.
It was funny. But I feel protective over these people.
Yeah. Whatever you watch on YouTube about the Chastain house, there's a pretty good chance that their information is false.
Yeah, you're going to hear all this stuff about an orphanage, about
and
the
how
evil,
they killed people,
the evil Dr. Mr. Chastain, who was not a doctor, and how he killed children and tortured them, and blah 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 blah.
But
and he was.
There is, and I'm not going to tell you which room, but there is one room I do not go in.
No,
in that house,
he doesn't like it.
I will not go in that room.
And I go in there and lay on the floor, and I'm like, "What's up?" And then I get things on the spirit box like, "Satan, get out."
Oh, you're talking about Ghost Tube?
Yeah, no, on the spirit box.
That was
too.
Ghost Tube.
Yeah, and on the spirit box too. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
No. I'm just gonna lay
we should do
here.
like a walk around video of the house one day so we can just post it.
We should.
Because I'm kind of thinking, which video? It doesn't matter which one you watch.
Yeah, look, we always like to back up our information at the places we go with facts and with historical fact. And we've looked a lot of stuff up and found nothing about it being any of those things. Not an asylum, not a orphanage or anything. We just can't find it. So,
I mean, when this COVID crap decides to die down, I'm going to take a walk up to the Bauhaus, because that's the Historical Society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going to go in and talk to them and see what I can find out about the Chastain, what's true, what's not.
Yep.
Because there's a pretty good chance that they're going to know. So.
You better, Fran.
Yeah, you better get your ass up here, young lady.
Come on. And Judy, get down here, and we're going to take you guys.
I need some more Yankee down here.
Do either one of you want to go in the woods and go Bigfooting?
Well, I talked to Fran earlier. She said she would pass. She just had an operation. And I hope you heal, Fran, from that operation.
Yes.
I wish you the best of luck with it, too.
So they can hang out, and we can go.
Well, at least we know we'd be able to run faster than them.
That's terrible.
Oh,
I already told you, if I see one, I'm not running.
I can't run. So I'm not even going to bother.
You bring it on, Matt.
Matt,
You
come on down, dude.
You come on out, because we can be during the day ghost hunting and at night Bigfooting, or the other way around.
No, you can do whatever you want.
Because it's all here.
That's great, Fran.
Good, Fran. I'm glad you do. I mean, I'm telling you, and this is real deal stuff. This isn't like, oh, there might be.
What was I saying? What was I saying about? It was right around the video. Yeah, the problem is with the people. I don't know where they're getting all their information and everything. Oh yeah, the history.
I'm not going to let him use you as bait.
The history. So because a lot of people are coming up to me, especially down here. You're crazy. I've seen hellhounds. I've seen skeletons in there. Look, wait a minute. Wait. I've been doing this 8 years. I know what I'm doing. I'm not stupid. You know, I mean, I'm very educated, at least I would think so, about the paranormal. And if you're seeing hellhounds, man, that's something that's attached to you, buddy.
No,
not
or
the house.
what are you taking?
Yeah, that too.
Here's the thing. And I'm not this... Look, I'm careful. And John is, we're careful. And if there's something off that we do not like about a situation, we're not going to be in it. I cannot afford that. I cannot afford to be even in an iffy situation. If we thought that there was...
I don't like it. She definitely ain't going.
No, and if we thought that there was any risk of something like that being around, then we're not going to let that happen. And if anybody is going to be able to tell that there's something negative, it's going to be me. And I can say with 100% certainty that there was nothing evil residing in that house.
Nope.
Whether people come in with stuff, like you said, attached, I don't know. But the things that are in there,
yes,
are all
leave
good
it
to me.
Zach.
They're all good to me, and I mean, I always get a good response, and I never feel anything bad. I would go in there, and I'm telling you, I would take a sleeping bag and my pillow, and I would sleep. I would just sleep by myself, alone. I would be in that house alone, and I am in that house alone, and it never bothers me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, take it for what it is, but it's a good place to me. So, you know.
So, yeah, in a few weeks, we're going to be, should I tell them?
Of course you should tell them.
We're going to be doing not only this show. Hey,
Hello,
Darren.
Darren.
Hey, Darren.
Hey.
Not only are we going to be doing the Cryptid Files.
The crew is all here.
Yes, it is. Not only are we going to be doing the Cryptid Files, but we're going to be doing another show as well. And this one's geared towards paranormal, something I actually think I have an idea of what I'm talking about. It's all good, Darren. I know you had shows going on. I'm just glad you showed up.
Yeah.
So the show is going to be called The Paranormal Stance. So we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about hauntings, locations, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Tech, everything and anything as far as paranormal goes. You know, it's going to be one of those discussion and debate kind of things, kind of like we do here, but I think there's going to be more discussion and debate on the other one.
Yes.
Because just a lot of this paranormal bullshit that's going around is starting to drive me crazy because I just have to get it out. I can't hold it in anymore.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great platform for that. And, I mean, it's going to be, you know, more back to the kind of the roots of the field, you know, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I like to look at it as I have a different approach because when I do it, I'm more old school. I don't have all this. There is some things, some tech that I do like, but I'm just old school in the way I do it. I even go back to tape recorders and that kind of stuff and film photography. I like going backwards a little bit.
Well, see, and I think that's what's so great about what we do. I think that sometimes that investigators can get so lost in the evidentiary part of it and the equipment and what the equipment says and, you know, what it does. And
I mean, we're going to do how-tos.
Yeah, and what lights up and what doesn't, which is fine. I think that the use of this newer technology is a good add-in, but I think that people have become too dependent on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's one piece of equipment on my hit list, and I've talked to Darren about this most recently, and that's the SLS camera.
Yeah.
I am not saying it couldn't be used for other things or whatever. I'm just not a fan of it, and I've researched this thing a lot, and I just don't like the way most people use it. So I want to get the word out there. This is how you should use it. Yeah. The way Zach Faggins works it is the wrong way.
I agree.
It's totally the wrong way.
And you know, like I said, that total dependency on equipment is, to me, it really, I feel like, and I'm big on how I feel when I go in places. I feel like that it may be... The best piece of equipment is your body. Yeah, and I feel like it may be too intrusive. You know, to get all these bells and whistles and things are going off and alarms are going off and things are buzzing and fuzzing and, you know, I think that might be off-putting.
So, Darren, I used the app last night. It's absolutely garbage. Ghost Tube flunked big time on that. And we're going to talk about everything, dude. Apps, everything.
Yep.
Ghost Tube, as far as the voice thing goes, I kind of like that. But the SLS camera failed big time because you need a lit room for it.
Yeah, no.
You need all sorts of light for it. It sucks balls, I'm just saying.
The Ghost Tube app, I've come to really like it.
Yeah, I don't I don't mind it. I just like the fact that it doesn't spit a whole bunch of words out at you at once.
And we've gotten some pretty interesting things on that. So, and you know, there are some new things that work. I think that the Estes method on the Spirit Box is great.
Yeah, that has worked a lot for us.
Well, I think because not only are you, I think that we forget that we're dealing with people still.
We're dealing with people that we can't see and not necessarily hear. So we're trying to find a piece of equipment that can supposedly capture a voice or visual of a spirit. I mean, this is a discussion for that show, and we haven't figured that piece of equipment out. So I understand why we use all this bullshit.
I do too.
But we're throwing way too much shit at it.
Well, we're throwing way too much shit at people. You know, at the end of the day, we're pushing all this on them, and the bottom line is, if they decide that this is too much, they're going to walk away. Yeah. They're gonna walk away. I mean, I would, if someone came in my house and just threw all this stuff up, I didn't know what it was, and expected me to come in and say, hey, you know, I mean, I don't know. To me, sometimes it can get overwhelming, I would think.
Yeah.
And even when we were at the Chastain house, our first couple of visits, there was one point where I told John, I said, I feel like that the Spirit Box is too much.
Yep.
I feel like, because I was getting this feeling of being completely irritated and agitated. And I was just like, And it actually said, we said something about, do you like turning it off, or do you like us to use this? And they said, no, we don't. So we stopped, and we got really good evidence.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the Estes method is how you're going to prove it.
Yeah, and I get that.
But I do like the fact that you blindfold yourself, you put on the earbuds or the headphones, they can't hear what you're saying. I even throw questions at her that she'd slap me, just to see if she can hear me. But the only way you're going to be able to prove is voice recorder outside, and then you get like an S box, which can record your spirit box session, and then you throw the two of them together.
Exactly.
But even then, it's still going to be questionable.
Yeah, it will. But see, I think that some of this, when we go in, it's not about trying to prove it to the world.
I like that, Darren. Thank you. Trying
It's-
no cards.
Yeah, that's a
Just
good
hold it
idea. Good idea. Very good. But it's not about trying to prove it to the world. It's about communicating with these people. And, I love to be able to, that's good, a line splitter too. I love to be able to do it and bring it to you guys too as well. But, hopefully we can kind of get back to roots again, like I said, and really get through some of this stuff. And
So that's how that works, Matt.
yes, I like that idea.
One
But
to the box and one to the... I didn't know that.
nice.
The damn thing didn't come with any directions when I got it. So now I know how to use that cord.
Yes.
I get it now.
Okay, so having said that, we have neglected our friend, the Bigfoot, lately.
Yep.
Because we've been very busy with the Chastains.
Yep.
So tonight we're going to go out and prop up the parabolic, and this is a
Homemade one, by the way.
yes, and I believe this is a migratory time of year, and
Yep.
I feel like
Yep.
they're going into this area that we are going to. So, guys, pray for some results, pray for some good luck, and maybe some howls and whoops and yells and screams and growls, and I don't even know what.
I mean, if Uncle Ricky was with us, he'd say,
yes, he would.
you know, and he would.
He would. He absolutely would. He's a doll.
Yeah.
We love him.
I
so
told
much.
Ricky that I made a soundbite, and
What'd he say?
he just started laughing.
He loves this
He
stuff.
loves this stuff. He
Y'all,
loves
we're
it.
thinking about making a TikTok for Uncle Ricky, and it's gonna be great. So we're considering it.
The Ricky look.
Yes.
And then he take this almost 70-year-old man takes off like the fastest man in the world. What's his name? Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes. Wow. Yes.
It's
No,
ridiculous.
it's like I am speed, and he's gone, and then he just stopped, dead stop, like on a dime. It's great. So yeah, that's on Sunday. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea.
All right.
But so this is what we're doing tonight. And guys, don't forget. And Darren, if you go back and listen, you're going to hear some EVPs that we got, and we hope you enjoy that. But also, we are creating our own cyber cryptid.
Yes.
Cyber cryptid.
Yes,
So we're creating our own cyber cryptid. Darren, we're going to put a collection of ideas together to make a super cryptid, much like a Slenderman and the Rake. So
Yeah.
we're going to see how that works out. We'll get it put together and do a backstory. Remember, guys, we do need backstory and attributes. So let's create this bad boy and a name.
All right. So that's the end of the show.
That is. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys.
And what do you think of Ricky? I agree. All right. So we're going to get on out of here. We're going to go see if we can catch Bigfoot. So everybody have a good night. We love you. We'll catch you next week.
And remember, absence of proof is not proof of absence.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.